Hello and welcome to One Trinity Place in San Antonio, Texas, as we're all set for Game 2 of this series between the Tufts University Jumbos and the Trinity University Tigers. We'll start by running through the Tufts lineup. It'll be on your screen. Malcolm Whitfield will lead things off for the second consecutive game, followed by Caden Abraham. Henshin at short, followed by Jack Kamen, who will take over in left field. A.J. Lisko at first base. Owen McKiernan out in right. Pavlik at DH, Wong at third base, and McCullough at second base. That'll be the Tufts starting 9 today, and they'll face Will Hellings, who's on the mound for a Sunday start. Hellings has made 3 starts this season, a 1-1 record, ERA just under 4, just over 18 innings pitched, 22 strikeouts, only 6 walks. His last outing against Kane, 6 innings pitched, 5 hits allowed, 4 earned runs. Walked 2, struck out 5. Start before that, struck out 11 batters against Babson. We'll be looking for numbers similar to that. First pitch temperature in the mid-80s. Should get to the mid-90s today here in San Antonio. Sun is out, only a couple clouds in the sky, and the wind is blowing directly out to right field as it shifts towards center. Malcolm Whitfield will step into the batter's box, ready to face Hellings as we're about ready to get underway. First pitch, and we are underway with strike 1. Tufts in their road gray uniforms today. A bit of a change going against a team wearing light blue. That'll be Trinity, wearing the uniforms they just got last season. The 0-1 from Hellings, waved at by Whitfield. Whitfield so far this season, over a 270 hitter coming into the weekend, but a 3-hit day yesterday improved that mark. Pitch misses outside from Hellings. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Whitfield was definitely a problem for Trinity in yesterday's game. Be looking to take care of him. Won't be able to here, though, as he strokes one into left field for a base hit. Leadoff knock for the Tufts catcher. After he had 3 hits in yesterday's game, already his 4th hit of the series. So Whitfield able to pull that ball on the outside part of the plate. Continues to be a problem for the Tigers, as now they'll face Caden Abraham, who was hitting in the bottom half of yesterday's lineup, a 267 hitter on the year. Squares up to bunt, but pulls it back for ball 1. Abraham out in center field today. Hit 8th in yesterday's game. Held hitless, did reach by way of a walk and an error. Tries to get down the bunt, but it rolls foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Grant Anderson at third base, charging in, ready to go in case the bunt comes his way. Tufts was able to take the 1-0 lead in yesterday's game before there was even an out recorded. Was Henshin, was able to drive in Whitfield. He waits on deck right now, hitting third today. This is tapped fair. Anderson has to throw quickly, does so in time. Works as a swinging bunt from Abraham and sends Whitfield to second. The low pitch on top of it, and Anderson alertly already playing in, ready for the bunt. Able to get to that baseball, and it brings up Henshin. James Henshin, the shortstop today, hitting just over 230 on the air. Hit second in yesterday's game, takes a slider away for a ball. Mentioned it yesterday, Henshin, a 2025 All-Nescats second team member. Guy they're looking to get going offensively. They try the back pick to second, as Whitfield is able to get back. Tigers taking game 1 in a walk-off yesterday, 6-5. We're down 4-0, able to come back. Trying to take the series win today. Hellings fires a strike. Evens the count at 1-1. Jumbo's working with a runner in scoring position. The 1-1. Swung on and fouled into the backstop. Now a 2-strike count for Hellings. Will Hellings, mostly a reliever last year, pitching over 40 innings. Now moving into the starting rotation, making his 4th start of the season. Pitch from Hellings, swing and a miss. That's strike 3. First strikeout of the day for Hellings as it gets Henshin, 2 down. And now that brings up Jack Kamen, hitting cleanup today in left field. Still working with Whitfield on second, got on with a leadoff single. Swung on and fouled into the screen. Kamen, a 200 hitter on the year with 1 run scored. Hit 7th in yesterday's lineup. Went 1 for 4 overall with a strikeout and a base hit. 2 down in the inning, runner on second, the 0-1. Finds his own, strike 2. Able to get that inside edge. Hellings ahead, 0-2. Lined into left field, a base hit. Whitfield rounding third, he'll be waved home. And Tufts once again has the 1-0 lead. RBI single for Jack Kamen. Jumbo's on the board early. Able to get to that inside pitch and pull it. Out to Jones in left. Throw closer than it looked like it was going to be, but still not in time to get Whitfield. It was pretty fast for a catcher. Now Hellings will have to deal with A.J. Lisco, 250 hitter on the year. He'll check on Kamen at first, gets back safely. Lisco hit 3rd in yesterday's game, a base hit. Struck out twice as well. Trying to continue the inning for Tufts. Takes the ball outside. Lisco, a 258 hitter last season. Waves at that pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wind still blowing out to right field, a little bit less than it was yesterday out to left. Hellings having to deal with that on the mound. Lisco fans at that pitch. Count now 1-2. Hellings works with 2 strikes. This ball blooped into left center field, and it falls for the 3rd hit of the inning. Throw into third, a little bit offline. Runner goes to second, throw there. Not in time. Base hit for A.J. Lisco, able to take second on the throw to third. Now Tufts trying to build an even bigger inning than they already have. 2 runners in scoring position. Trinity making the decision to try and cut the runner going to third and Kamen. Pitch way low, able to get under it somehow. Jones thought he had a chance at third. Looked like he did. The throw just offline. And alertly, Lisco takes second. Now it's McKiernan who swings and misses. Owen McKiernan out in right field today, a 286 hitter on the year with 4 runs batted in. His first plate appearance of the day and a chance to extend Tufts' lead. I learned yesterday how valuable every insurance run is. Takes a strike. He's down 0-2. Wind now blowing directly to center field as it shifted a little bit. Ball in the dirt, McKiernan taking it. Riding able to block it behind the plate. One and two. Hit into left field, it's a base hit. Kamen will score from third. Rounding third is Lisco. He comes in. It's 3-0 Jumbos. Throw to second is in time, and they get McKiernan trying to stretch it into a double, so that ends the inning. Not before Tufts scores 3 runs, up 3-0 in the first inning on Will Hellings. We'll take it to the bottom of the first next on Tiger Network. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University, where the Jumbos are out to a 3-0 lead. Here's the lineup for the Tigers that'll have to respond to that. Started by John Ramsey, Sawyer Haynes, Will Baker at first base like he usually is, Grant Anderson playing at third today, followed by Spence Lustina, Matthias Writing doing the catching, Nick Jones, and David Montalbano out in center field for his first career start. As this team will have to go against Cole Donato, the senior from Walpole, Massachusetts, making his second start of the year. And his only other appearance this year, he pitched 4 2/3 innings against Hobart. Struck out 4, walked nobody, only 1 earned run allowed. John Ramsey stepping in as the leadoff batter and fouls the first pitch into the screen. Tigers fell behind 4-0 in yesterday's game, still came back to win, already behind 3-0. Tufts once again getting out to a good start. Ramsey fans at that pitch, and he's down 0-2. Donato had 9 appearances last season, had an ERA over 9, with 1 more strikeout than walks. Already a much better start to this season. Pitch misses up. First ball of the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch inside, and it gets Ramsey on the hand. So after being down 0-2, the leadoff man finds his way on for Trinity. Cut too much inside, and Ramsey will gladly take that after being down 0-2. He'll bring up Sawyer Haynes, who hits the highest he ever has this year, hitting second today. 294 hitter on the year. OPS just over 9, or just under 900. First pitch to him. Just misses, ball 1. Tigers getting out hit 4-0 in this game so far. We're out hit 7-0 in yesterday's game to start it. They eventually won the hits category. They'll check on Ramsey at first. Gets back safely. Donato, the righty, facing the righty Haynes. Takes the ball up, 2-0. We know how capable this Tigers offense is of responding, especially when they're down by this much. They've had multiple comeback wins this season so far, multiple comeback wins of 4 runs or more, including yesterday's game, and multiple comeback bids that have come just short. Breaking ball finds its way to the zone. Count 2-1. It's a Tufts team that did not give up a lot of runs against Hobart, but has given up 6 runs in back-to-back games. Trying to get back to their early winning ways, where they allowed 9 runs for their first 5 games, won all 5. Check on Ramsey again, back safely. Haynes checks his swing, didn't go around. Donato in danger of losing back-to-back hitters. Leadoff man in Ramsey reaching with a hit by pitch. Wind has shifted to blowing out to right field. Haynes ahead, 3-1. We'll have to wait on the pitch. Ramsey back again safely. For those of you who are just joining us, Tufts getting out to a 3-0 lead. 4 hits on Tiger starter Will Hellings in that first inning. Tufts starter Donato trying to protect that lead. Pitch high, and that's ball 4, and the first 2 batters of this inning have reached. A hit by pitch and a walk, and it's first and second, nobody out for Will Baker. Baker, who got his 10th RBI of the season in yesterday's game, and that will warrant an early visit from this Tufts coaching staff. Caleb Woodward not in the lineup today, continues to dealing with a nagging back issue, taking days off here and there to manage it. So Will Baker, the Tigers' most prolific hitter in the lineup today. It's a lineup that's rotated all around at pretty much every spot in the order, but the 2 things that have remained consistent is when Caleb Woodward is in the game, he hits leadoff, and Will Baker hits third at first base, as he is again today. Plenty of RBI opportunities from that 3-hole. Home plate umpire going out to the mound to break up the meeting. Donato running into some early trouble. Trying to manage it on the mound against one of Trinity's best hitters and their best left-handed hitter. First pitch to Baker. 2 on, nobody out. Takes a strike. It's a situation where the Tigers would often bunt, but hard to believe that they would bunt Baker in this situation. Maybe one of the few guys on that list where you wouldn't even consider it. Down 0-1. Baker rips one into center field, and that's rolling all the way to the wall. Ramsey coming in. Haynes behind him. Tigers get 2 runs in the first inning. Will Baker, a 2 RBI double. Replay currently frozen, but you'll see it now. A breaking ball just over the glove of Henshin, and it went all the way into the left center field gap, all the way to the wall. Everybody scoring on that play. Now 3-2, Tufts still with the lead. The cleanup hitter, Grant Anderson, grounds one to first, knocked down by Lisco, who takes it to the bag himself. Baker advances to third. He represents the tying run in the first inning. Game that's featured a lot of runs so far. Already 3-2. Both starters giving up runs already, and it'll bring up Jack Spence. Spence hitting the highest he ever has in his young career, hitting 5th today. Takes a ball outside, 1-0. Spence making his 2nd start of the year, his 6th appearance, hitting over 300. Takes a ball. 375 hitters so far this year, slugging over 600. Just needs a base hit to tie this game. ahead 2-0. Spence hits one to deep left field. Kamen going back to the warning track, makes the catch. Off the wall, no, he dropped it. Baker will come in from third easily to tie this game, and Spence all the way to second. We'll see what that'll be scored as. A confusing play all the way to the wall in left field. That ball just kept carrying despite the wind going out to right. Kamen just popped out of his glove. So that will likely be in E7. And a two-base error that cost Tufts a run, though the run would have scored anyways on the sacrifice fly. Brings up Michael Lustina. Takes the ball high. Lustina, the walk-off hero in yesterday's game, a .293 hitter on the year. Pitch outside. Lustina ahead 2-0. Still only one out in this inning, and the go-ahead run on second base. Tigers fell behind 3-0 early, have already tied the game at 3. Waves at that pitch. Goes down as strike one. Spence, the runner on second. He tied the game with the ball hit to left field. Big swing and a miss from Lustina. Count even 2-2. Donato trying to finish this plate appearance with a strikeout. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just outside. And the count runs full. Countdown count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner on second. Trinity going for the early lead in a big inning. Lustina goes around and strikes out. Thought he checked his swing, but it did not look like he did it from here. And the home plate umpire agrees. Out number 2. First strikeout of the day for Donato. We'll see it from here, right at the edge of your screen, and yeah, that's a clear go. It'll bring up Matthias Reiting, who was the catcher in yesterday's game, hitting over 400 so far this year with 4 runs batted in. Ball 1. All this damage, Donato has only given up 1 hit so far. It was the double to Will Baker. Pitch misses on the check swing. Count 2-0. First 3 batters all reaching in this inning. A hit by pitch, a walk, and a double. Donato has gotten 2 of the next 3, but the error in left field really costing Tufts right now. That's what resulted in the tie game. And leaves the runner on second. Pitch misses again, and Reiting ahead 3-0. Tigers did not get their first hit until the 3rd inning in yesterday's game. Already with 2 of them in this frame. Or 1, excuse me. Scored as 2 right now. We'll see if that changes. Strike called on 3-0. Swing and a miss from Reiting, and the count runs full. The 3-2 from Donato. Reiting grounds one to short. Henshin bobbles for a second, picks it up and throws to first in time, and that will preserve the tie at the very least. But the Tigers come roaring back. A 3-run inning in the bottom of the first. Trinity able to tie this game at 3. Sends us to the second on Tiger Network. Welcome back to San Antonio, Texas. Top of the second inning in a tie game at 3. Will Hellings back on the mound facing Pavlik, who takes a strike, or excuse me, a ball. Ahead 1-0. Pavlik making his first appearance of the series and rips one to right field, but right at Spence, who's waiting for it for out number 1. So Hellings quickly getting the first out of the inning. The leadoff man failing to reach for the first time today for Tufts. And it'll bring up Wong to the plate. Tyler Wong, the junior from San Carlos, California, making his first appearance of the season. Takes a ball inside. Had 2 appearances as a pitcher last year. None as a batter. Fouls one off, out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hellings trying to rebound from giving up 3 runs in the first inning, 4 hits overall. Tigers responding with what is currently scored as 2 hits. We'll see if it stays that way. Swing and a miss out ahead of the slider. Count 1-2. See the heat radiating off the turf currently. Temperature climbing around 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Pitch high and inside. 2-2. Lined into right center field, and it's a base hit for Wong. Rounding first, trying to go for second, but will stay at first, content with a 1-out single. So the third baseman aboard with 1 down in the inning, and it'll bring up Jesse McCullough, second baseman in yesterday's game, as he is today. Hitting 9th once again. Struck out twice, reached by way of a walk. Looking for his first hit of the series. Runner going, but the pitch fouled into the screen. Goes down as strike 1 as they tried the hit and run. Wind continues to shift from right field to center field. Back and forth it goes. Now in center. Wong waiting on first. Slider just misses. Looked good from here. Just outside. McCullough hitting 188 so far this season. Another pitch outside. Now a 2-1 hitters count. Definitely the hottest game we've had this season, and it'll only get worse as the summer months start to roll in here in Texas. Swing and a miss from McCullough. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Will Hellings trying to throw up a 0 after his offense was able to get 3 runs. Talking to Coach Scannell and Coach Smith at the Tigers dugout, saying that was the key in yesterday's comeback win. This is ripped off the leg of Hellings. So flip to second in time. Throw to first just a bit late. John Ramsey able to get the lead runner out of it. Deflected right off the legs of Helling on the mound. We'll see what happened here. Either hit the mound or hit his foot. Nobody going out to check on him, so must have hit the mound right in front of him. Alert play by Ramsey at short, who had a costly error in yesterday's game, making up for it so far today with his defense. McCullough reaching on the fielder's choice, and it flips the lineup over. They check on McCullough at first, back safely. Whitfield back into the batter's box, 1 for 1 with a base hit today. Hitting well over 300 so far this year. Has easily been the biggest thorn in the Tigers' side so far this series. Fans at that pitch, they try the pick at first. And just able to get in safely is McCullough. The 0-1. Fans at a pitch in the dirt. And Whitfield down 0-2. Looking for his 5th hit of the series already. Only his 2nd trip through the order in Game 2 of the series. The 0-2 pitch, 2 down in the inning. Tapped foul, and Whitfield stays alive as that pops into the Tiger dugout. Tigers housed on the 3rd base side here on the campus of Trinity University. Hellings trying to strand the runner on first. Ball in the dirt, Writing able to block it. Throw to second is in time, and they got him. McCullough tried to take 90 on a wild pitch, but Writing able to scoop it off the turf and throw a seed to second base that ends the inning. Sends us to the bottom of the 2nd. Hellings throws a scoreless frame on Tiger Network. Welcome back to the hot and sunny Alamo City, where Nick Jones will lead off the inning. Hitting sub 200 so far this year, trying to get off the struggle bus a little bit. And that'll help. Gets plunked with the first pitch he sees. So the leadoff man aboard with a hit by pitch for the 2nd consecutive inning for Trinity. Jones, a bat that they need to get going. We'll see if spiking that on base percentage a little bit will help out. It'll bring up David Montalbano. Montalbano making his first start of the year. Has appeared several times as a pinch runner. Playing in center field today. Grounds one right to the pitcher. Throw to second in time. Throw to first, and it's a double play. What a play by Donato on the mound. Fielded it on one hop, and the quick throw to second. Easy two. 1-6-3 on the twin killing. Already 2 down in the inning on 2 pitches. That is as good as it gets for a pitcher on the mound. Flips the lineup over and sends John Ramsey to the batter's box, who takes strike 1. Ramsey, a .360 hitter so far this year. Reached in his only plate appearance of the afternoon. On a hit by pitch, came around to score. Waves at a ball in the dirt. And quickly down 0-2. So not quite a 3-pitch inning. But Donato going for a 5-pitch inning. Nearly got it, just a bit outside. And now head coach Tim Scannell will come out for a quick heart-to-heart. Another mid-at-bat meeting. Scannell special. Talking to John Ramsey this time, who finds himself in a 1-2 hole after taking the last pitch. Meeting adjourned, and looks like we're ready to go again. Ramsey working with 2 down, nobody on after the double play. Donato steps off. It's like we've got some things to figure out, and now we're good. Now the 1-2. Strike 3 called. Ramsey goes down looking, and it's a quick 1-2-3 inning for Donato. Sends us to the third on Tiger Network, still 3-3. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University. Malcolm Whitfield leading off the inning. Takes ball 1, gets a do-over of his at-bat as the last out of the inning was made on the bases. Hellings coming off a 1-2-3 second inning technically. This is chopped sharply to the Tiger dugout. Evens the count at 1-1. Whitfield 1 for 1 in today's game with a base hit in the first. Wind has shifted back to right field. The righty-righty matchup. Strike called. Hellings in a 1-1 count, trying to throw another scoreless inning. Misses with that pitch. Hellings got roughed up in the first inning, giving up 3 runs. Both starting pitchers giving up 3 runs in that first inning, both pitching a scoreless second. Blooped to short, and Ramsey will make the easy catch for out number 1. So Whitfield taken care of for the first time today, and it brings up Abraham. Grounded out to third softly, and his first time up. Worked like a swinging bunt at the time. Nobody on this time with 1 down. Grounds one sharply to Hellings, who fields it on a hop. Makes the underhanded throw for out number 2. So both pitchers fielding their positions early in this one. This is probably the part in the program where if Shepard were here, he'd say pitchers are athletes too. Henshin coming up to the plate. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Playing at shortstop today. Pops one up sky high. Should be a fairly easy sky as Ramsey looking for it and makes the catch. A quick 1-2-3 inning for Will Hellings, who's started to settle in today. Takes us to the bottom of the frame on Tiger Network. This game still tied at 3. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University. Sawyer Haynes leading off the inning for the Tigers and takes strike 1 on a slider. Haynes reaching and scoring in the first inning by way of a walk. Tigers held scoreless in the bottom of the second. Haynes waves at that pitch and he's down 0-2. Donato working a 1-2-3 inning, getting the double play. Got the first 2 outs on the first 2 pitches in that inning. The 0-2 to Haynes. Close, but no call. Sawyer Haynes somewhat cementing his place as a starter in this lineup. As the wind blowing to right center field as it has been all day. There's strike 3, gets the call this time. As Donato, after the interesting start, has retired 6 consecutive batters. Gets his second consecutive by way of a strikeout looking, and now faces Will Baker. Baker, who got RBIs 11 and 12 on the season in that first inning. Takes a strike. 1 for 1 in today's game with a double. Brought in the 2 runners, also came around to score himself. Had a hand in all 3 of Trinity's runs so far. Fouls a pitch into the screen, and he's down 0-2. Donato seems to be doing a much better job after that first inning about getting ahead on hitters. Had 0-2 for the third consecutive time. Misses this one way outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 strikes, excuse me. Baker rips this one into right field, his second hit of the day. And he's on with a 1-out single. I'll bring up the cleanup hitter today, Grant Anderson, 0-for-1. Grounded out to first. Now working with a runner on and Baker. Anderson chops one high to short. He'll just take the out at first, the stretch from Lisco to get the out. Henshin thought about going the short way to get Baker, but Baker there in plenty of time to prevent the double play. So Anderson down by way of the 6-3 putout, and it'll bring up Jack Spence. Spence reached on what is being considered as of now a double to left field. Ball that popped out of the glove of the left fielder Kamen. Gets out of the way of a pitch inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Inside again, 2-0. Trinity trying to take their first lead of the game. Were able to score 3 runs in a furious first inning to match the 3 that Tufts put up in that first inning, but no runs since. So the offense has slowed down a little bit. The go-ahead run in Baker currently waiting on second. Same pitch, same result. Ball 3. Donato trying to avoid handing out his second walk of his outing. Currently has 3 strikeouts, only the 1 walk. Behind 3-0. And that misses in the dirt. Quick 4-pitch walk to put runners on first and second. So Baker and Spence both reaching. Both of them have reached both of the times they've been up today. And it brings up Michael Lustina. Lustina, the game-winning single that would have been a double in any other situation. The walk-off hero in yesterday's game. Swings at the first pitch, strike 1. So around the time last year where Lustina really started to get the bat going, and it seems to be a similar story so far this year. Hitting around 290 so far this year. Takes a strike and he's down 0-2. Was over a 360 hitter April and beyond last season. Ball in the dirt. Whitfield does a good job to keep it in front of him and pick it. Stops the runners from advancing. Baker waiting on second. Spence waiting on first. The 1-2 from Donato. Ground ball. Henshin makes the play at short. Throw is a little wild. Gets away from Lisco at first, and it'll bring in the go-ahead run for Trinity. Baker scoring on the error. Lustina able to hit that hard. And Henshin tried to make the throw, just gets away, and it gives Trinity the 4-3 lead. Looks like they're going to score that as a single and an error. The base hit for Lustina. Baker coming around on the error. Spence also advancing to third on that play. Matthias Writing now steps into the batter's box. Tigers with the lead, 4-3. Their first one of the game. Fans at the first pitch, down 0-1 with 2 down in the inning. Runners at the corners. Tigers for the second consecutive game falling behind by 3 runs or more and able to come back before the first half of the game is even done. Pitch away, evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Probably the largest gusts of the day we've had. Runner bluffing like he's going at second. The 1-2. Runner off and going. Pitch outside, a ball. And Lustina takes second on the stolen base. Mentioned it yesterday, a surprising leader in that category adds on another one. Runners on second and third now with 2 down. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Matthias Writing waiting for the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Donato gives up the go-ahead run but leaves 2 stranded. Trinity has the 4-3 lead. Takes us to the 4th inning in San Antonio. You're watching Tiger Network. Welcome back to the Alamo City. Trinity leading Tufts 4-3 in Game 2 of this series, and Jack Kamen will lead off the inning for the Jumbos. Takes ball 1 from Hellings, who's in his 4th inning of work. Hellings worked a quick 1-2-3 inning in the 3rd, and now works with the lead for the first time today. Lined into right field, a base hit. Second one of the game for Kamen, 2 for 2 today. So just like that, Tufts has the leadoff runner aboard for the 2nd time in this game in 4 innings. And A.J. Lisco will work with a man on, a .294 hitter so far this season, 1 for 1 with a base hit. This is the part of the order that Helling struggled with, gave up 3 consecutive base hits. As Lisco drives this one deep to right field, back at the wall, a jumbo-sized home run gives Tufts the lead. A.J. Lisco leaves the yard for the first time this season. Second home run of the year for Tufts. Just sneaks over the right field wall. Got all of this one, able to time up the fastball. And that looks like it did more than just sneak over the wall. That cleared the sign. First pitch, strike one for Hellings, trying to rebound from the home run. Tufts able to get the lead right back, 5-4. Going against Owen McKiernan, 1-for-1 with a base hit. Head 0-2. Mentioned it right before the blast was hit. This is the part of the order that did a lot of damage on Hellings. McKiernan with a 2-run single. The last time he was up was thrown out trying to stretch it into a double. Still was able to drive in 2 runs. Fans at that pitch, and that goes down as strike 3. Writing has to throw the first. And it's the first strikeout and the first out of the inning for Will Hellings. Max Pavlik now stepping in, making his 3rd start of the season. Takes a ball. Pavlik had 24 appearances last season, was a .259 hitter. Drove in 23 runs, hit 3 homers. There is some action in the Trinity bullpen, some light throwing. Hellings pitching into the 4th inning has surrendered 5 runs and 7 hits. Most recently the home run off the bat of Lisco. This is grounded hard and past the dive of Haynes at second. The 3rd hit of the inning for Tufts. And they have a man on with 1 down in the 1-run lead. Brings up the 3rd baseman, Wong. 1-for-1 with a base hit in the 2nd. Takes a ball on a slider. Ahead 1-0. Runner on first. Takes a ball high and tight. Ahead 2-0. Tufts trying to continue the scoring in this inning. Have already put up 2 on the 2-run homer from Lisco. They try to throw the first. Tufts has shown the ability to come back so far this season. Their 5th victory on their 5-game win streak to start the year, coming in a 3-run comeback against Johnson and Wales University. Won that game 7-6. 3-run comeback in the 8th, forced it to the bottom of the 9th, where they got the winning run. Talked to Coach Brian Stark about his team's ability to come back. Says that they like to talk about the Seabiscuit story a lot. For those of you who don't know what that is, an undersized and unlikely racehorse who ended up becoming a champion. Foul tip into the glove of Writing. Strike called. Count now 2-1. Says his team doesn't mind being down, doesn't mind being the unlikely hero. Doesn't change their process. Fouled into the screen, count even at 2-2. Team that loves to overcome adversity, and they've done that today already. Giving up the 3-0 lead, now they have the 5-4 lead. The 2-2. Hit in the air to deep left field. Back at the wall. See you later. Tyler Wong leaves the yard, the 2nd 2-run homer of the inning for the Jumbos. See what this one was. Pitch inside. got all of that one. Rolled all the way to the long chairs out in left field. Some spectators taking in the game, and they got a baseball souvenir out of it. And that will end the day for Will Hellings. A jumbo-sized inning chases him from the game. Tufts with the 7-4 lead. A new pitcher coming onto the mound when we come back. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University. The new arm on the mound is Kyle Hoggett, who makes his 4th appearance of the season. Last time out, pitched an inning and a third against Texas Lutheran, gave up 2 earned runs. We'll try and rebound from that outing. In a game where the Tigers trail by 3, throws strike 1 to Jesse McCullough. 0 for 1, reached on a fielder's choice, the second baseman today. Hitting 9th in today's lineup. Breaking ball misses and evens the count at 1-1. Will Hellings overall today goes 3 innings and a third, gives up 7 earned runs on 9 hits. Swing and a miss from McCullough, down 1-2. Struggled with everybody but the top of the lineup. Of his 9 hits he gave up, only 1 of them surrendered to guys in the top 3 in the lineup. Pitch way high, evens the count at 2-2. The shortest outing of the year for Will Hellings, as he did not reach the 5th inning for the first time this season. Breaking ball misses low and the count runs full. Already a 4-run inning for Tufts, a crooked number on the board. Still only 1 down in the frame. Did he go? No, he didn't. And McCullough draws the 1-out walk. So far, 6 batters have batted in the inning. 5 of them have reached. We'll see how close this check swing was. Right there. No official line, up to the umpire's discretion. He says he didn't go. And that will flip the lineup over. Brings up Malcolm Whitfield. 1 for 2 against Hellings so far in this game. A base hit in the first. 360 hitter on the year. Talked about it in this game, how valuable those insurance runs are. Tufts got 2 of them on the 2-run blast from Wong. Chance for more. Runner off and going, pitch in the dirt. Writing doesn't know where it is, and that will be an easy stolen base for McCullough. So all of a sudden, a runner in scoring position against Kyle Hoggett, who has just entered this game. They try to pick to second. McCullough back there safely. Hoggett has surrendered 2 earned runs in each of his last 2 appearances, trying to avoid making it a 3rd in a row. He is currently responsible for the runner on second in McCullough. Misses, ball 2. Trying to hold this deficit where it is, as this offense has shown that it can bounce back in a big way. Breaking ball finds the zone, strike called. Strike 2. Hoggett looking for the second out of the inning. Whitfield stands in, but the throw will go to second. McCullough able to get back safely. Top of the 4th inning. Tufts already with 7 runs on the board. 2 home runs in this inning. Only had 1 home run on the season coming into this series. This is chopped just foul past the third base bag, out of the reach of the diving Anderson. Would have been trouble if it had stayed fair. Just foul down the third base line. Count still 2-2. Wind has shifted to blowing out directly to center field again. They try and get McCullough again. 3rd time they've tried that, back safely all 3 times. The Jumbos with 9 hits so far in this game, all of them against Tiger starter Will Hellings. Trying to get their first against Hoggett. Popped up. Sky high, second baseman Haynes back into the outfield grass, and he makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Able to get the leadoff man in Whitfield. And it brings up Caden Abraham, the junior from California. 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts. 1 to third and 1 to the pitcher Hellings at the time. 235 hitters so far this season. Thought about going, but was able to check his swing. Two down, runner on second. The sophomore Hoggett trying to get out of the jam. Fires a strike, 1 ball, 1 strike. Misses low and away. There is some stirring in the Trinity bullpen, so we will see how long the leash is for Hoggett. Trying to keep this deficit where it is. Outside again, ball 3. In danger of walking the second batter of this inning. The 3-1. Inside, ball 4. Abraham walks, and there are runners on first and second. And the 9th batter will come up to the plate in this inning for Tufts. Henshin 0 for 2 in this game. Has struck out and popped out to shortstop. .217 hitters so far on the year. Slider misses well away. His righting has to slide over to make the stop. Fouled off onto the roof of the Bell Center. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bounced 4 times on the roof. 1 ball, 1 strike. Outside again. Jumbo's trying to extend their lead. Team that hasn't hit the way they've wanted to in the prior 6 games starting to find their offense here in Game 7. This is hit to center field, going back as Montalbano, and he misreads it. Goes all the way to the wall. 1 run coming in. Around comes another. 2-run score. And Tufts takes a 9-4 lead. Henshin coming through with 2 down in the inning. They score that as the 10th hit of the game for the Jumbos. Just kept carrying all the way to center field. As Henshin actually finds his way on third after all that. And both of the walks that Hoggett gives up come back to haunt him. McCullough and Abraham both scoring on that play. And now Kamen rips one into left field. Henshin scores on the play from third, and there's 10 runs on the board for the Jumbos. And now Dave Smith will come out to make the change. Hoggett gets 1 out, surrenders 3 runs. And the 3rd arm of the inning will come in for Trinity. We'll take a break on Tiger Network. Welcome back to San Antonio, Texas. New arm on the mound is Brandon Morio. Comes in with an ERA of 3 through 9 innings pitched. 13 strikeouts, only 4 walks. Faces the 11th Tufts batter of the inning. And it's A.J. Lisco, who homered in this inning. 2 for 2 today. Works with the runner on first and Kamen. Swing and a miss from Lisco. Kamen 3 for 3 today. Brought in a run on his 3rd base hit of the game. As the middle of the order has come up in a big way for the Jumbos. Hit in the air to shallow left field. Nick Jones coming in and makes the catch that finally ends the inning. But Tufts plates a touchdown in the frame along with the extra point. 7 runs as they lead 10-4. Welcome back. Bottom of the 4th inning in San Antonio. Nick Jones set to lead off the frame. Takes a pitch inside. Tigers find themselves down 6 runs after they took a 4-3 lead in the bottom of the 3rd. Give up 7 runs in the 4th. Strike called on Jones. Donato still on the mound for the Jumbos. Had to wait quite a while. Chop to 3rd. Wong able to handle it. Make the sidearm throw, the scoop. We'll see what happened, and they say safe. Looked like Lisco bobbled it. The signal not made by the first base umpire very quickly, but eventually it is safe. See it on the replay. The sidearm throw, the pick, just the bobble there. Very close bang-bang play. And Nick Jones reaches on an error. Scored as an E5. Leadoff man aboard for Trinity, and now it's David Montalbano. Grounded into a 1-6-3 double play the last time he was up. Went for the bunt attempt, and it goes down as strike 1. Third baseman Wong playing in on the infield grass. Ready for the bunt if it comes. Try and get Jones at first. He steps back safely. A season high in runs scored for the Jumbos in this game already. 10 on the board for the first time this season. Takes a pitch low. 1 ball, 1 strike. See if Montalbano squares again. Swinging and grounds 1 to short. 6-4-3, but he beats it out. Jumbo is able to get the lead runner. Montalbano reaching on the fielder's choice. And it flips the lineup over. John Ramsey now due up for the Tigers. Ramsey 0 for 1 today. Struck out looking in the second inning. Has also been hit by a pitch. 346 hitter on the year with 8 runs batted in, 10 runs scored. Works with 1 down in the inning. Fouls the first pitch off the end of his bat. Strike 1. The Jumbos out hitting Trinity 11-4 as of now, outscoring them 10-4. 2 errors for the visiting team, though, in this game. Runner goes. This is tapped right to the pitcher, Donato, who makes the throw to first in time. Works kind of like a swinging bunt as Montalbano will head to second base. And it'll bring up Sawyer Haynes. 0 for 1 with a strikeout, walked in the first inning, came around to score. Working with a runner on second in Montalbano in a 6-run game. Trying to scratch back every run they can. Fouls this one high and out of play to the right field side. Wind has shifted back to right field. Breaking ball misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Montalbano on second base, routinely put in as a pinch running option, so you know he can fly. Pitch to Haynes. Chopped foul. Count now 1-2. Tigers trying to find their breakthrough to get out of this struggling situation. They've won the last 2 games against Muhlenberg and then game 1 yesterday against Tufts. But overall, still not playing the way they want to. You're seeing that today. 1-2, tapped foul. Trying to find their winning ways again. We're the #1 team in the country, according to a poll, for 2 consecutive weeks. Fell all the way to #9, and see if they fall after this week again. Not that those rankings necessarily matter. It's all about the NPI. That's why both of these teams have scheduled this series and why Trinity scheduled a tough schedule overall. One-two misses. Haynes able to battle back to even the count. Trying to get Will Baker up in this inning with runners on. He waits on deck. Breaking ball misses well outside, as Whitfield has to make sure that doesn't go to the backstop. Three-two pitch, 2 down in the inning. Haynes gets a hold of one, but sending it foul. We'll see if it goes out of play or not. Going all the way to the cutout and foul. Hit that a long way just out in front of it. The 3-2 again. Ripped but foul down the third base line. Haynes just out in front of it again. Tigers trying to chip away at this deficit. Doing it 1 run at a time, down 6. The 3-2. Swing and a miss, that's strike 3. So Donato follows up the 7-run inning with a scoreless frame of his own. Sends us to the 5th in San Antonio. Tufts by 6. Welcome back. A new arm on the mound for Trinity. It's Caden Wells, as he'll face Owen McKiernan for the first batter of the inning. Wells with a 3.38 ERA through 5 1/3 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, whip under 1. Misses with his first pitch, 1-0. Ripped into the screen, foul. Brandon Morio finishing the last inning, not coming out for the 5th. Breaking ball finds his own, strike called, and that's Caden Wells' main weapon, the curveball that sneaks in just in the mid-60s. See how the Jumbos are able to handle that. McKiernan down 1-2. Misses low and away, and the count evens. Inside, and it hits him. So the leadoff man aboard for Tufts in the 5th by way of a hit by pitch. Trying to continue their big offensive day. Brings up Pavlik. 1 for 2 today, a base hit the last time he was up in the 4th. Wells will throw to first, trying to get McKiernan. Caden Wells in his 4th appearance of the season through 4 1/3 innings pitched against Wisconsin Whitewater in the Tigers' first game of the year. Pitch misses low and away, count 1-0, but has yet to go a full inning against any other opponent. He's thrown 1/3 of an inning and 2/3 of an inning in his last 2 appearances. Strike called. Try and get the runner leaning at first back safely. Wind continues to blow out to center field, as I'm sure you can hear in my microphone. I like to say it just makes you feel like you're there. We have our exposed setup here on the roof of the Bell Center. Got all the things that you would want in the press box, just not the box. Third time that they try and get McKiernan leaning at first base. Pavlik just waiting to see a pitch here. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner finally goes, has a nice lead. Writing still tries to throw anyways, but McKiernan in safely. So after all those pickoff attempts, McKiernan's still able to get a sizable lead and steal second. Mentioned earlier today that Tufts has scored their season high 10 runs already. Pitch misses inside. The bell tower rings in the distance. Time currently 3:30 local time. First pitch was at 2 p.m. Nearly halfway through this one as this is grounded off of Wells and into center field. McKiernan coming all the way from second, but he'll stop. Looked like he was rounding and then decided to stay at third with nobody out in the inning. Tufts will be content to have runners at the corners. Goes down as a base hit as the second consecutive jumbo reaches in the inning, and it'll bring up Tyler Wong. Wong, who hit a 2-run homer in the 4th. Takes a strike. Wong is 2 for 2 today, a base hit and that home run. Really blew the game open at the time, was 7-4, and then the Jumbos have done nothing but add on. Pitch outside, 1-1. Well, 7-4 when he hit the home run and made it 9-4. We're able to tack on another run on top of that to get into the double digits before we're even halfway through this one. Breaking ball misses low, 2-1 hitters count. Tufts season high in runs prior to this game was 7, which they scored in that comeback victory against Johnson and Wales University. This is hit high in the air. Center field, Montalbano reading it. And misreads it, it falls. Runner comes in from third to score. And 11 runs on the board for the Jumbos. Ball just fell in right center field. Spence and Montalbano. Looked like Montalbano called it. Just couldn't make the catch. See what happened on the replay. Routine fly ball that just falls for a base hit. Runners on first and second right now. And a strike thrown by Wells. Jesse McCullough up for the 3rd time today. 0 for 1, walked the last time he was up. Pitch outside. Goes down as the 13th hit of the game for Tufts. Breaking ball high. And Wells falling behind 2-0. Coming into this series, Coach Brian Stark saying the Jumbos weren't hitting the way that they wanted to. Well, they've certainly started to in this game. Swing and a miss, strike. Umpire held out 2 fingers like there were 2 strikes. That should be strike 1, though. The 2-1 pitch. Misses, and it's 3-1. There is some more action in the Trinity bullpen, so we'll see how long the leash is for Caden Wells. Hit high in the air onto the roof of the Bell Center behind me. 1, 2, 3. Only 3 hops. That one just died. We have an SID up here arguing that it was 4. Peyton Tebow gets his shout out. Up here taking pictures. This is hit high in the air to right field. Spence charging in, trying to make the catch, and he does. Runner thinks about tagging from second, but will stay put. Goes down as out number 1 after the first 3 batters of the inning reached. So Wells able to get his first out of the inning, and the lineup will flip over. Malcolm Whitfield coming to the plate. 1 for 3 in this game. The base hit to lead off the game in the first. Has 4 hits this series after his 3-hit game yesterday. Breaking ball misses low. So Wells once again falling behind. Something he's done frequently in this inning, trying to turn it around. Runner goes to third. Riding throws there. Looks like it's in time. Deferring the calls. And it looks like they're saying the throw hit the batter. See what happened here. And we'll make sure to get that replay to you eventually. It goes down as a double steal. Looked like the throw was going to be in time. Looked like none of the umpires wanted to make the call. And it looks like that will be the day for Caden Wells. Exits this game after getting 1 out. A new pitcher coming onto the mound when we come back on Tiger Network. Welcome back to San Antonio. Joey Hagan on the mound for the Tigers. Comes in with an ERA above 6. 7 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks. Whip just under 1.5. Comes in after a rough outing against Kane as he'll face Caden Abraham. Takes a ball low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hagan comes into this game in relief of Caden Wells, who gets 1 out in this inning. The left runners on second and third and first as the bases are loaded. Strike called. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 as Hagan gets the first guy he sees. Some confusion to end Caden Wells' outing. He actually hit the batter while the runners were stealing. So that did load the bases. Abraham strikes out swinging against Hagen, and now James Henshin will step into the batter's box. 1 for 3 today, a .250 hitter on the year. Comes up with 2 down in the inning. Pitch misses in the dirt. Writing able to block it and maybe save a run. The 1-0. Popped up into the air, but drifting foul. And looks like it is. Looks like it actually ended up on the right side of the screen, or it may have been playable, but maybe touched it. Either way, Baker not able to get to it. Goes down as an eventful strike 1. High and inside. Nearly got Henshin, would have brought in a run. Tufts with the 11-4 lead. 2-1 pitch, misses high. And Hagen in danger of walking the second batter he sees today. Would end up bringing in a run charged to Caden Wells. The 3-1. Inside, ball 4, and it walks in a run. So Hagen is able to strike out the first batter he sees, but can't quite get out number 2. It's 12-4 Tufts. And it doesn't get any easier with Jack Kamen coming up to the plate. 3 for 3 with 3 singles today. Hits one deep to right field, going back at the wall. It's gone! A grand slam for the Jumbos and a perfect day for Jack Kamen. A team that had scored a season high of 7 runs coming into this series has put up 16 in the 5th inning. The opposite field power. And it's a grand slam on top of it. They have followed up their 7-run inning with a 6-run inning. Hagen fires strike 1 to A.J. Lisko, who is the 9th batter to come up to the plate for the 2nd consecutive inning. Lisko 2 for 3 today, a single and a home run himself. 3 homers on the day for Tufts. Swing and a miss, down 0-2. Was wondering how Tufts would handle the heat. Probably not quite used to this. In the mid-90s right now. Feels even hotter on the turf, but doing just fine. Pitch misses outside, 1-2. Probably loving the fact that the Heat's carrying the ball a little bit more than it normally would be up in Massachusetts. The 1-2. Grounded softly to Champness at short. Who makes the throw? Baker with the stretch in time that ends the inning, but not before Tufts played 6 runs. They lead this game 16-4. We're halfway through this one in San Antonio. To the bottom of the 5th we go. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University. Will Baker leads off this inning for the Tigers and takes strike one. Baker 2 for 2 today with a double and a single. 380 hitter on the year with 12 runs batted in. Fouls the ball off the other way into the screen for strike two. Donato still on the mound for Tufts, has taken 2 long breaks as his offense has gone to work. They've scored 13 runs in the last 2 innings and have a 12-run lead. Baker takes a ball high, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Baker hits one out to center field. Abraham ranging over to make the catch for out number 1. So Baker retired to lead off the inning, and Grant Anderson steps up to the plate. Anderson 0 for 2 today. Has a hit in 1 out of every 3 at-bats so far this season. Takes a ball. Ground ball just foul past the third base bag. Evens the count at 1-1. You're wondering how the Jumbos would respond after giving up the walk-off winner in yesterday's game. Michael Lustina walking it off in the 9th. It was a game that the Jumbos led 4-0 at one point. Tigers winning it 6-5. The answer is they responded pretty well. Up 12 runs in the 5th. Did not let that faze them at all. Anderson pops this one up sky high. A couple of Jumbos calling it. It ends up being McCullough who makes the catch for out number 2. It's a Tigers team and a Tigers coaching staff that did not love how they were playing. Didn't even like how they played yesterday despite winning the game. Coach Scannell pulling his team aside for a long talk after that win, kind of like he would usually after a loss, as Jack Spence comes up to the plate, takes ball 1. Spence has reached both times he's been up, an error and a walk. But overall, just not happy with the way the team's playing right now. Strike called. And that continues today. Trinity, who thought they had a breakthrough on Thursday's practice, really liked the scrimmage they had. Swing and a miss. Spence down 1-2. Really enjoyed the scrimmage they had. Talking to Will Baker about it, said that they felt like they played without fear. That's something they've been dealing with a little bit this year, thinking a little too much. Thought they were really getting past that, but the results just haven't been there in this series. This is grounded to first. Lisco on the bobble fields it to the covering Donato for a quick 1-2-3 inning. Donato through 5 has his team with a 12-run lead. Takes us to the top of the 6th in San Antonio. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University. Joey Hagan back on the mound, facing Owen McKiernan. McKiernan, who led off the 5th inning with a hit by pitch, got the scoring party started for Tufts, scored 6 runs in that inning, grounds one past the dive of Chapness at short into left field, and the leadoff man aboard for Tufts in the 6th. The 15th hit of the game for the Jumbos, as Pavlik will come up. Some defensive changes to note for Trinity. Reed Woodland taking over at catcher, making his first appearance of the series. Chapness took over at short in the last inning, as this is ripped to right field, way back and over the wall and gone. The 4th home run of the game for the Jumbos. This one off the bat of Pavlik. And it is 18-4, pouring it on. I don't know if we have the exit velocity numbers here, but man, that was hit hard. Got all of that. I don't think you can hit a ball any harder than that. Brings up Tyler Wong. Takes a ball inside, ball 1. The 2nd home run surrendered by Joey Hagan in his outing. The 2nd consecutive outing he's surrendered multiple home runs. After a strong start to the year. Fires strike 1. Should come as no surprise that this is the most runs the Tigers have surrendered so far this year. This ball is popped up into right field. Coney going back and can't make the play. It falls. Matthews able to field it. And that'll bring us back to our defensive changes that we noted. Cal Coney takes over at second base. Chapness took over at shortstop in the prior inning. Alex Richardson in at first base instead of Will Baker. Reed Woodland in at catcher. Jack Henning out in left field. Callan Singhania in center field, and Pierce Matthews out in right field. And then there was Grant Anderson, the lone holdover. Swing and a miss from McCullough, 0 for 2 today. Breaking ball just misses out of the hand of Hagan. Evens the count at 1-1. Misses again, same pitch but lower this time. Tigers down 18-4 in game 2 of this series. They took game 1. 3rd pitch in a row that misses from Hagan, in danger of walking a batter. (3-1). Line the other way, foul, runs the count full. This is a Tufts team that really struggled on the road last season. It was a big reason why their season was underwhelming overall. Finished the year 16-21, 6-6 in conference. Had a winning record at home, 9-6, but the 7-15 road record is really what did him in. This is lined to right. Matthews coming in to make the catch. Will try and make the throw to third, trying to get the runner. Throw looked like it was in time, just a little bit offline, and Anderson can't apply the tag. So Tyler Wong sliding into third, as Hagan gets his first out of the inning. Lineup will flip over. Malcolm Whitfield coming up to the plate. Whitfield has reached twice, 1 for 3 overall with a base hit in the first. Pitch misses in the dirt, 1-0. Tufts, a team that last year finished 6-6 in NESCAC play, went 1-2 in the NESCAC tournament, ultimately losing to Middlebury College. Team that wants to aim a little higher than they did last year, and it was the offensive numbers that were a little underwhelming for what they would have wanted. They actually pitched it pretty fine, first in the conference in strikeout to walk ratio and Ks per 9. The ERA a little high, just under 6, ultimately the number they wanted to get down this season. Whitfield thought about swinging. Looks like he ultimately checked. They will appeal. He didn't go. So he's ahead 3-0. But 9th in the conference in several important categories, including batting average, on base percentage, and slugging. 8th in the conference in stolen bases and doubles and runs. Hagen misses outside, and that'll put runners at the corners with 1 down in the inning. Third time Whitfield's been aboard today. Reaches in the 6th. Brings up Caden Abraham. Hitless so far in today's game. He's reached on a walk in the 4th. Ground ball into left past the dive of Chatmus, and it's 19 runs on the board for Tufts. Long scores from third, and it's an RBI single for Caden Abraham, his first hit of the day. The 18th hit of the game for the Jumbos. And it brings up Henshin. They'll try and steal, throw to third, not in time. As Whitfield able to take third and put runners at the corners. Popped up. Richardson looks like it's playable, but he misreads it and it falls in foul ground. So the miscues continue for Trinity. Have misread several balls today in the outfield, this one in the infield. Just struggling to do the routine things right now. That one maybe not quite routine. One of the more underrated, difficult things to do in this sport is to catch a pop fly, but still a play that you'd like to have made. Seen a couple of those, one in this inning. That play in right field. Here's a chopper that goes foul. Talked about the frustrations that the Tigers have felt really over the past several weeks. Didn't like how they were playing going into that Kane series. Ended up losing that one 2-1. Able to take a midweek against Middlebury, but didn't look pretty. And the ugliness continues. Woodland able to block that behind the dish. Reed Woodland making his first appearance of the season, the first of his career, I believe. The 1-2. Misses high. It's 2-2. Woodland, a guy that, walk around practice. Everybody's really nice, but Woodland definitely stands out in that category. Definitely a guy you like to see get his opportunity. This is hit high in the air, deep to right field. Back at the wall, it's another home run. This one off the bat of Henshin. And Tufts has hit the 20 mark. 21 to be exact. A 3-run blast. And that will be the day for Joey Hagen. Surrenders 3 home runs in his outing. As we'll see another pitcher on the mound for the Tigers. The 6th one of the game coming in when we come back. Welcome back. The sixth arm of the day on the mound for Trinity is Noah Flanagan. And misses with ball one. Faces Jack Kamen. Kamen 4 for 4 with 6 RBI. Home run the last time he was up. Believe that was the grand slam, but to be honest, I've lost track of who hit which home run. Been 5 of them today. Tufts up 22-4. Short chopper fielded by Richardson. And Flanagan able to step on the base for out number 2. So he gets the first guy he faces, and Kamen is retired for the first time today. Flanagan will now face A.J. Lisco. Lisco 2 for 4 today. Base hit and a home run. Flanagan in his first appearance of the season. Strike one. Popped up, out of play. Flanagan ahead 0-2. Tigers looking for any length they can get out of this pitching staff right now. They've already used their 6th arm of the day, and they still have 3 more innings to pitch after this. Trying to find somebody who can take the load. Pitch high, 1-2. We've just crossed the 2-hour mark of this game. Looks like this game's going to be 3 hours or more. So what happens when you have a team that scores over 20 runs? As Tufts has done today. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Being told by a research consultant, Reed Rosales, that this is the most runs that Tufts has scored since 2024 against Brandeis when they scored 26. We'll see if they're done yet or not. The 2-2 with 2 down, nobody on. Inside, and the count runs full, or it doesn't. It actually hit him. Lisco gets hit by the pitch. So the 9th batter to come up to the plate in this inning reaches. And now we'll have the 10th batter in McKiernan. Led off the inning with a base hit. Was brought around with the home run from Pavlik. McKiernan 2 hits so far in this game, both singles. Ball 1. Waves at that pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Strike 2. Now the 1-2 from Flanagan. Runner on first. Strike 3 called, and that ends the inning. The 3rd consecutive inning of 6 runs or more for the Jumbos. They lead it 22-4. We'll be back on Tiger Network. Welcome back to San Antonio, Texas. Pinch hitter into the game is John Adrian Dioli, making his first appearance of the season. Takes strike one. John Adrian, they call him J.A., a native of Hillsborough, California. Big Giants fan. Swing and a miss. As Dioli fans at that pitch. Stat of the day I just got in my ears that the Tigers have 19 total at-bats. Tufts has 19 hits. Shows you how this game is going. Dioli lines one, but it's caught. Wong able to make the leaping play at third and rob Dioli of his first hit of the season. One away. Able to get into that baseball. Goes down as an L5. And now it's Reed Woodland. Talked about him a little bit in the last half inning. Takes strike one. It's a guy that you love to see get the opportunity. Remember talking to him a couple of years ago when he was the fourth catcher on the depth chart. Has worked his way up to the point where he's getting into these games. Sends the ball to short. And the play made in time as Lisco is able to hold his foot on the bag. 2 down in the inning. Donato, who's remained in this game into the 6th, so far has gotten the first 2 batters he's faced, and now it'll be Jack Henning up to the plate. Henning so far this season, a .250 hitter with 1 RBI. Takes a strike. Henning making his 6th appearance of the season. On base percentage, currently at .400. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tigers trying to find any little bit of momentum that they can get going into Game 3. Still, believe it or not, in a position to win this series, even though it doesn't feel like it. We're able to come back in yesterday's game and get the win. Wind gusting out to center field. Henning slaps that one foul onto the roof. 1, 2, 3, and it hit a pipe. Two down, nobody on, and a 2-2 count. Henning chops this one shallow to short and mishandles the ball. Henshin just not able to squeeze it at that position, and that should go down as a base hit. So the first hit of the season for Jack Henning. And they've actually scored an error. So scratch that. E6 on the board, the 3rd error of the game for Tufts. Brings up Callan Singhania. Takes strike 2. Singhania with some tape on his chin. I actually don't know how that happened. But playing through something. You'd imagine he got hit by something. I'll have to do some investigative reporting between games to figure out what that is. Down 1 and 2. Runner on first is Henning. Pitch just misses from Donato. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again just misses and the count runs full. Henning will be off and running with this pitch on the full count. Singhania fouls it. And that is the closest ball that has come to hitting our little setup here on the roof of the Bell Center. Went right over the 10. Always an adventure here on the roof. Wind going to left for the first time today, and now it goes back to center. The 3-2. High, ball 4. And Singhania works a 2-out walk to put runners on first and second. Oh, and we got a butterfly now. That's nice. Brings up Cam Champness, who took over defensively for John Ramsey earlier in this game. Comes up to bat for the first time today. And he'll face a new pitcher. Donato Dunn, after pitching 5 2/3, and the Tufts fans that have made the trip to San Antonio will let them know what they think of him. Only gave up 4 runs and 4 hits in his outing. His second start of the season, a successful one. Waiting for the new arm to come in, and now he will, as we'll take a break on Tiger Network. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University, where Tufts has the 22-4 lead and a new arm on the mound. It's Lachlan Ellis, the sophomore from Reading, Connecticut, making his second appearance of the season. Pitched 1 inning, gave up 1 run, has the ERA of 9, and he faces Cam Champness, who takes ball 1. Champness recently has been phased out of the starting lineup, despite having some pretty solid numbers on the year. Chance to get back into it. At least they were solid to start. At least recently he's fallen off, hitting .211 on the year. Trying to rebound with the bat after a hot start to the season. Ahead 2-0 here. Making his 8th appearance of the year. Runners on first and second. Takes the ball low, and it's 3-0. Ellis, in his only appearance this year, 1 inning pitch versus JWU. Gave up 2 strikeouts, no walks, and gave up the earned run. Danger of walking the first batter he sees. 3 balls, 1 strike. Champness pops this one up. Will it stay fair and playable for Lisco? It will not, as he watches it go into his own bullpen. 2 down in the inning, so the runners were off and going, ready to come in and score should it fall fair. And now they all have to go back. Tigers trying to at least get something offensively here. Haven't scored a run since the third inning when, believe it or not, they had the 4-3 lead. Champness swings and misses, and that ends the inning. So Ellis comes in and gets the one guy he sees. Champness strikes out, and it takes us to the 7th in San Antonio. Tufts with the commanding lead in Game 2. Welcome back to the Alamo City, where Tufts has the 22-4 lead over Trinity as we start the top of the 7th. Noah Flanagan back on the mound, and we've got a pinch hitter, Tristan Lee, a junior from River Edge, New Jersey, making his first career appearance. So we should be seeing a lot of that on both sides, you would assume. The score being what it is. First pitch from Flanagan misses low. Lee, the replacement for Pavlik, it looks like, who finished his outing with 3 hits, 2 singles and a home run. Lee fouls that one into the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch misses low from Flanagan. There is some light throwing in the Tiger bullpen. So we'll see how long Flanagan lasts in this game. Breaking ball finds the zone for strike 2. A day where Trinity pitching has just struggled to get outs in general. Flanagan trying to find one here, misses with the breaking ball, and the count runs full. Strike 3 called. And Flanagan gets out number 1. Back-to-back strikeouts for Noah Flanagan, looking across 2 innings. Brings up Tyler Wong, who is 1 hit away from the cycle potentially. Wong 4 for 4, 2 base hits, a home run, and a double. Hits a ground ball. The Champness at short who boofs it. Champness can't make the play, and Wong is on for the 5th time today. Just that kind of day for Trinity all around. And it'll bring up another pinch hitter for Tufts, Tom Pender, the first year from Milton, Massachusetts. Actually started the 5 previous games coming into this series. Makes his first appearance in relief, if you will. 154 hitter on the season. Made no appearances last year. Takes a strike. He's getting somewhat regular playing time now. So he replaces McCullough, whose day is done. Strike two. McCullough held hitless. Did reach on a walk, though, and a fielder's choice as well. One down in the inning for Flanagan, runner on first. Pitch inside, and it hits Pender. And that'll put runners on first and second and flip the lineup over. As another pinch hitter will come into the game. Gavin Lind replaces Whitfield. Malcolm Whitfield with a base hit in the first. Came up to the plate 5 times overall, reached 3 times. And now is done in the 7th inning. First pitch from Flanagan. Down the chute, strike one. Trinity, a team that's certainly used to scoring this amount of runs, but not really used to surrendering them. Strike two. Been quite a while since they've given up this many runs. In fact, it predates my time here. Strike three called. Third strikeout of the outing for Noah Flanagan. And it'll bring up Caden Abraham, who remains into the game. Last time he was up, got a base hit in the 6th. Reached twice overall. He's also walked. Fouls that one out of play. Last time the Tigers gave up this many runs, gave up 32 runs in a regional to UTD on their way to the College World Series in 2022. Pitch in the dirt, evens the count at 1-1. Actually gave up at least 13 runs in the final 3 games of that series. Won that series 3-1, a best of 5. Foul tip into the glove of Woodland. Count 1-2. Tigers won the first game 7-4. Second one 18-13, lost 32-9, and then won 21-13. Ground ball to short. Champness able to get it this time. Throw to second is in time, just barely, as the inning is over. A scoreless frame for the Tigers. Breaks up a stretch of 6+ run innings for Tufts. Sends us to the bottom of the inning. Time to stretch in San Antonio. Tufts with the commanding lead. Welcome back to San Antonio, Texas. Lachlan Ellis still on the mound for Tufts, and he faces Cal Coney, who makes his first plate appearance of the day and rips one into center field for a base hit. Leadoff single for Cal Coney in his first plate appearance of the day. So Coney aboard. A couple of defensive changes to note for Tufts. Tom Pender in at third base, McGrath in at second. And Lynn takes over behind the dish. Called strike to Alex Richardson. Was a defensive replacement at first base. Takes Will Baker's spot in the order. Works with Coney on first. Nobody out in the inning. Swing and a miss, and he's down 0-2. Alex Richardson looking for his first hit of the season, making his third appearance. Takes a pitch low, 1-2. Strike three call, then Richardson goes down looking. One down in the seventh. And it brings up Brandon Perry. So Grant Anderson's day is done. This was his spot in the order. Stayed in at third base for quite a while, eventually yanked, like the rest of the starting nine. Perry ahead 1-0, takes a strike. Perry making his third appearance of the year, also looking for his first hit. Sophomore from Dallas, Texas. Pitch inside, 2-1. It's one of the benefits, if you want to call it that, about a game like this on both sides. Get to see some guys get their opportunities. Swing and a miss, 2-2. See what Perry can do with his. Looking for the first hit of his career. He has scored a run this season. Perry fouls it into the screen. The 2-2. It's high and the count runs full. Countdown count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The 3-2. Swing and a miss. That's strike 3. Perry goes down swinging. Back-to-back strikeouts for Ellis. And now it's Pierce Matthews making his first plate appearance of the day. Replaces Jack Spence. Matthews hits one to left field, falling, and it falls in front of Kamen out there. Base hit for Pierce Matthews. 2 aboard with 2 down. And we're going to have another pinch hitter, so John Adrian Dioli gets his 1 plate appearance. And now it's Thomas Moss coming up to the plate. Moss, a 286 hitter so far this season. Grounds one to second. The throw is wild, and it gets all the way to the dugout. Coney coming all the way home to score. And the Tigers have tacked on their 5th run of the game. Moss advancing on the E6. Gets to first, and the run scores. Definitely hit it hard, but the throw high and wild. Coney alertly scoring from second. Matthews goes to third, and now it's Reed Woodland. Takes a strike. Cole Bohane in at second base in place of McCullough. Charged with the error. Woodland takes a ball high. 1-1. Talk about the importance of momentum throughout a series. 1-1 pitch. Hit in the air and foul. Remember 2 years ago when Trinity hosted Laverne in a best-of-5 regional. Tigers got out to a scorching start, 18-9. They won game 1, but a lot of those 9 runs for Laverne came later in game 1. Were able to take that momentum into game 2, and they won the next 3 games. Fouled the other way out of play. Trinity at least trying to take something that they can use for game 3. Still a series that's up for grabs, about to be tied 1-1. Pitch high, count even 2-2. This is chopped up the middle. Bohane will just step on the bag himself and record out number 3. Tigers played a run in the 7th, sends us to the 8th, 22-5. Jumbos with the lead. Welcome back to San Antonio, Texas. About to play the 8th inning. A little bit of a delay on the field. The home plate umpire has some heat exhaustion, apparently. Highs in the mid-90s today, so we'll be taking a delay and letting him recover, and we'll see what happens next. We'll be sure to tune in with more updates. 22-5, Tufts still with the lead. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University for the top of the 8th inning. Looks like we will be going with a two-man crew. One of the field umpires will be manning home plate, calling balls and strikes. Walter Garrett about to be the new arm on the mound for Trinity, making his first career appearance. We'll be going with a two-man umpiring crew, as we are committed to playing 9 innings in this game. Looks like Garrett gets a somewhat fresh warm-up after the delay. Everybody in the infield going back into the dugout, getting some shade, trying not to be out there any longer. All 3 outfielders remained out there, so in the sun for a little longer. See how that maybe impacts things. Tufts up 22-5 as Ian Robertson, the pinch hitter, will lead off this inning. Comes in for Caden Abraham. And sends a fly ball to center field. Singhania going back all the way to the warning track to make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out for Walter Garrett. And now Jack Kamen comes up to the plate. Lined into center field, a base hit, the 5th hit of the day for Kamen. His 4th single, and it comes in the 8th inning with 1 down. Brings up A.J. Lisco. Lisco with a 2-home run game, and actually a pinch hitter. Lisco's day is done. Cole Bohane placed defensively at second base in the last inning. Ahead 1-0. Takes a ball low. So Lisco leaves this game hitting 2 home runs, 3 hits overall. Part of the 22 runs that Tufts currently has on the board. Bohane ahead 2-0. It's this one deep to right field, going back all the way at the wall to the sign, and it's gone. A 6-pack of home runs on the day for the Jumbos. And it's 24-5. So this position in the order, the 5 spot, has 3 total home runs between 2 batters. As Bohane comes in and more than atones for the error he had in the prior inning. Another pinch hitter, Fisher, who gets hit immediately. Brooks Fisher, a .500 hitter. It'll stay that way as he heads to first base. 3rd consecutive jumbo to reach in the inning. Tristan Lee, who pinch hit in the 7th. Now comes up to the plate. Struck out looking against the Tigers the first time he was up. That was against Noah Flanagan, now facing Walter Garrett. Down 0-1. High chopper, but foul. Over towards Brandon Perry, who's a defensive replacement, a pinch hitter in the last inning for Trinity. Takes over for Grant Anderson at 3rd. Anderson was the last of the Tigers' starting 9 to remain in the game. The 0-2 pitch to Lee. Outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Of course, a lot of important baseball happening over the next couple of days. The World Baseball Classic happening over these past couple of weeks. Semifinals start tonight. The United States and the Dominican Republic. 2 balls, 2 strikes here. United States defeating Canada 5-3 in their quarterfinal game. Pitch misses inside and low. And all of a sudden, the count runs full with 1 down. Garrett had him 0-2, trying to finish Lee off. Wind blowing out to right center field. The 3-2 pitch is lined into center field. It's a base hit. First career hit for Tristan Lee in his first ever game played for Tufts. As the wind kicks up a notch here in San Antonio, 4 jumbos in a row have reached. See the single up the middle again. And another pinch hitter into the game. Fouls one onto the roof. Tim McGrath, the first year from Connecticut, making his 4th appearance of the season. Takes a ball low and inside. McGrath with 3 appearances this year, doesn't have a career hit. See if we can get 2 batters in a row to get their first career hit. 2 balls, 1 strike. Runners on first and second. Tufts trying to continue their banner day. 24 runs on the board on 22 hits. Chopper sent foul right to Tigers third base coach Joey Deering. Some baseball here in San Antonio, and then we'll pick up with the World Baseball Classic. Should be an exciting game. United States and Dominican Republic, all the All-Stars the DR has in that lineup, facing Paul Skeens. Should be one of the baseball events of the year. Check swing foul. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Of course, Japan getting knocked out last night by Venezuela in their quarterfinal game. 8-5. Willie Abreu with the big 3-run homer. Swing and a miss. First strikeout of the career of Walter Garrett, 2 away in the inning. It'll bring up Pender. His second plate appearance of the day, hit by a pitch in his first one. Comes up with 2 down, 2 jumbos on. Day that's featured 6 home runs for Tufts. Big swing and a miss of the first pitch, trying to make it 7 home runs. Jumbos had only hit 1 home run coming into the series. They've certainly powered up here in San Antonio. Pitch misses low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Now, probably the biggest question is how's Trinity going to respond tomorrow? Lined and caught by Coney at second base, and that ends the inning. 2 runs on the board off a 2-run homer. Tufts 6 of the day. It sends us to the bottom of the 8th. 24-5, Tufts with the lead. Welcome back to San Antonio, Texas. First pitch swinging for Jack Henning, who fouls it onto the roof of the Bell Center. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got 4 hops that time. New arm on the mound is Max Williams, the first year from Connecticut, making his first career appearance. Lined into center field by Henning, and it's a base hit. So the first hit of the season for Jack Henning. And the Tigers have the leadoff man aboard for the 2nd consecutive inning. Brings up Callan Singhania. First pitch to Singhania, firm fastball, finds the zone for strike 1. Singhania 1 plate appearance today. He walked, trying to reach for the 2nd time today. Ball high, 1-1. Callan Singhania, just one of the really interesting stories on this team, was the student manager 2 years ago. And now all of a sudden has found regular playing time in his 3rd year overall with the program. Takes the ball to make it a 2-1 hitters count. Started on opening day and back-to-back seasons. Takes a pitch high, 3-1. Brings up a point that Tim Scannell likes to bring up to his players, talking about how you might not get much playing time in your first or second year. High ball 4, and Singhania walks. Runners on first and second with nobody down. Brings up Cam Champness to the plate, who struck out today in his only plate appearance. In a team huddle at practice a couple of weeks ago, talked about the fact that, you know, underclassmen just don't get a lot of playing time. We have this many rostered players, as many as Trinity does. Swing and a miss from Champness, 0-1. Brought up Michael Lustina as a specific example, called him out and said, how many games did you play your first year? Said none. Ended up playing his second year and didn't have an at-bat the year after that. And the next thing you know, he's hitting one of the most important home runs the Tigers had all of last season. Basically sent them to the College World Series against McMurray. Put that game out of reach in Game 2 of that Super Regional. No balls, 2 strikes against Champness. Nobody out in the inning, 2 Tigers aboard. Swing and a foul tip into the mitt. Lind able to hang on to that one, and it goes down as strike 3. First career strikeout for Max Williams. Cal Coney up for the second time today. Singled to lead off the 7th. Pitch high. Defensive replacement for Tufts as Robertson takes over at shortstop. Bohane in at first base, McGrath at second. Coney ahead 2-0. But getting back to that point about playing time, it's why games like this, even though they might not matter in terms of entertainment value, are important for a lot of players in the depths of the roster, because these are the moments where they get in most of the time. Coney fans at that pitch. Count 2-1. A lot of questions every time we play a non-conference game and the score gets out of hand like this about whether we'll stop at 7, whether we'll play a run rule. And the reason why you don't is because guys like this can get that opportunity. Fastball finds the zone. Strike 2. Guys on both sides able to get in who wouldn't normally. Williams, one of them, in a 2-2 and plunks Coney, and that will load the bases. Got him nearly on the helmet. Coney seems to be fine. He heads to first base. And the bases are filled with Tigers. Brings up Alex Richardson to the plate. First baseman today. Struck out the first time he came up. Making his second plate appearance in relief of Will Baker, the original first baseman in today's game. Swing and a miss at the first pitch, down 0-1. Bases loaded, 2 down in the inning. At least that's what it says on the scoreboard. Looks like there's actually only 1 down in the inning. I was wondering where that second out came from. It looks like it doesn't exist. Williams trying to find it here. Richardson ahead of that breaking ball. Down 1-2. Close pitch, no call. Bases loaded. Henning on third. Singhania on second. Coney on first. Pitch to Richardson. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Second strikeout in the career of Max Williams. Second of the inning for out number 2. And now the second plate appearance for Perry. Brandon Perry making his 3rd appearance of the season, 0-for-1 with a strikeout today. Take strike 1. We've officially reached the 3-hour mark of this game. 5 p.m. local time. Pitch just a touch high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Breaking ball this time, loops into the zone. Williams early on seems to have a good combination there between his pitches. Now the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Max Williams in his first collegiate inning strikes out the side and leaves the bases loaded. Sends us to the 9th in San Antonio. Back on the campus of Trinity University, it's the 9th inning. As Gavin Lind takes ball 1 from Walter Garrett, who's back on the mound. Pitched the 8th, allowed 2 runs, back out there for the 9th. Lind, the sophomore from Naples, Florida. Sends a ground ball past the dive of Chapness into left field. Base hit for Lind. His first hit of the day comes in the 9th. And it brings up another pinch hitter, Owen Hammond. Hammond, the first year from Downingtown, Pennsylvania, no career appearances. Replacing Caden Abraham. Working with nobody out, runner on first. First pitch low, ball 1. Seen a lot of players today get their first career strikeouts, first career hits. Trying to add on to the list. 2 balls, no strikes. Inside 3-0. Nearly hit Hammond, who is well on his way to working his first career walk. See if he can do it here, the 3-0. And there's ball 4, his first time on base. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Tufts trying to add on to what is already a 24-5 advantage. As Robertson comes up to the plate for the second time today. Flew out the last time he was up. Takes a strike. Garrett trying to finish out this game. The 7th arm that Trinity has used today. Noah Flanagan and Walter Garrett so far able to at least get more outs than their predecessors. slow down the carousel of relievers that have been coming in for Trinity. Trying to avoid using 8 arms in a game, which is more slots than I have on my score sheet. The 1-1, high 2-1. I would lean to say that that would be the first game I've called where 8 arms were used out of the bullpen. Then again, I am not the most reliable when it comes to finishing my score sheet. The 2-1, swing and a miss. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes. So it's entirely possible there have been 8 arms used in a game I've called, and I just didn't track it, but this will be the first tracked one, definitely. Garrett just misses on the 2-2. Runs the count full. Still 2 on, nobody out. Garrett trying to wiggle his way out of this inning. And that's ball 4. A walk to load the bases with nobody out. Second consecutive walk handed out by Garrett. And now he will contend with Jack Kamen, the lone starter who remains out there for Tufts, as he has had a nearly perfect day. And now the 8th arm will come in to face Kamen. So Garrett's day is done. He pitches a full inning, but responsible for all the runners currently on base. Base is loaded for Tufts when we come back. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University. The first 3 batters of this inning have reached, and that'll be up to John McGowan to come in with the bases loaded and nobody out. McGowan, 1 appearance so far this year, pitched an inning in 2/3 against Wisconsin Whitewater. And fires strike 1 to Jack Kamen, 5 for 6 today. Over a 500 hitter on the year, 4 singles and the home run. Swing and a foul tip into the glove of Woodland. Pitch from McGowan, 0-2, swing and a miss. And Kamen gone on 3 pitches. A feat that has been difficult for Trinity pitchers all day, making it look easy. And on top of that, it looks like he did it without PitchCom. Dave Smith walking out to the mound to hand him the PitchCom device. I don't know, maybe PitchCom's not that important after all. Brings up Cole Bohane. Takes a strike from McGowan. It's something I like to bring up every now and then. Usually I like to bring it up when I have somebody up here calling with me so I don't sound arrogant, but I have nothing else to talk about. So I might as well bring up that I am the voice of PitchCom. That's something that I've enjoyed. Here's a ground ball to short. Flip to second in time. Coney throws to first, and it's a double play that ends the inning. John McGowan, just like that, getting all 3 outs with the bases loaded. It sends us to the bottom of the 9th. Tufts with the 24-5 advantage. Back on the campus of Trinity University for the final frame of this one. Bottom of the 9th, and the new arm on the mound for Tufts is Jack Edwards. Edwards making his 2nd appearance of the season, trying to rebound from an appearance against JWU, where he gave up 4 earned runs in 1 inning. Faces Pierce Matthews to start the 9th inning. High chopper to third. Throw is in time. And just like that, there is 1 away in the 9th. Tom Pender over there manning the hot corner. Able to manage it well on that play, as now Thomas Moss will come up to the plate. Moss, the 3rd Tiger to hit at DH today. Lustina, John Adrian Dioli, and now Thomas Moss, who sends a high fly ball to right field. And the catch is made for out number 2. So just like that, 2 down in the inning. Yeah, so far, Jack Edwards has sent down the only 2 batters he's faced, and Reed Woodland could be the last batter of this game. Looking for his first hit of the day, 0 for 2 so far. takes the ball up. Will go down as a dominating victory for Tufts, 24-5. This is lined into right field, and it's a base hit. First career hit for Reed Woodland. Comes with 2 down in the 9th. You heard a louder than normal cheer from his dugout. His teammates happy to see him get that accomplishment. As Jack Henning steps into the batter's box. 1 for 2 today. Base hit the last time he was up. He's also reached on an error. Takes a strike. Game 2 tomorrow will be a 7 p.m. first pitch local time, I believe. I'd say 95% confident. Let me look. This is lined into right field, and it falls. Henning with 2 hits today. Woodland going first to third. Henning sliding in safely with a 2-out double. So the first career 2-hit game for Jack Henning. And on top of that, I can confirm that tomorrow is a 7 p.m. start time. So Henning aboard with a 2-out double. Brings up Callan Singhania, who's walked in his 2 plate appearances today. Comes with 2 runners in scoring position now. Strike called. But be sure to tune in on Tiger Network, 7 p.m. tomorrow. The rubber match. Series that will almost assuredly be tied at 1. Singhania grounds one into left field. Woodland coming in to score. Henning will be stopped at third. Has to get back and does so safely. RBI single for Callan Singhania, and it's 24-6. And now it's Cam Champness. Was brought in as a defensive replacement for John Ramsey. He struck out the only 2 times he's been up. Trying to reach base for the first time today. Runners at the corners, 2 down in the 9th. Tigers passing the baton, trying to not let the game end with them. Champness ahead 2-0. Tigers have scratched 3 hits in this inning. 3 in a row after the first 2 batters were retired. Champness taps it foul. Goes down as strike 1, 2-1. Champness pops one up onto the roof of the Bell Center, out of play. 1, 2, 3, 4 hops. Count now 2-2. Edwards trying to close out this game. Nearly got him for strike 3. Got to respect the umpires, not wanting to go home yet. Trying to call it like it is. Now it's a full count. 2 outs on the board. Champness sends one high and deep to left field, going back at the warning track, at the wall, and it's gone. A 3-run bomb for Cam Champness. Comes with 2 down in the 9th inning to make the score 24-9. The first home run of the season for Cam Champness. And maybe that'll get his bat going. Some of the confidence that comes in the places maybe where you least expect it. 4th consecutive hit for Trinity. And now it's Calcone who rips one foul out of play. Coney down 0-1. And now 0-2. Trying to add on to a 4-run ninth. Edwards trying to shut the door. High 1-2. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 3. Throw to first, and that ends the game. Tufts wins 24-9. A convincing victory for the Jumbos. Scoring 7 runs in the 4th, 6 runs in the 5th, and 6 runs in the 6th. As they take game 2 of this series, evening it at 1 game apiece. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for Game 3, the rubber match of this series at 7 p.m. tomorrow, some Monday Night Baseball. That'll be on Tiger Network as usual. I'll be joined by Shepard Tyler for that one. Should be an enjoyable watch. I'd like to thank everybody who stuck around for this game that lasted 3 hours and 20 minutes. Our cameraman, Ariel Monson, is out here for most of our games, along with Lourdes Torres, who I know volunteered in the control room today, along with our executive producer, Josh Muchagamba. For all those people, I'm Cole Isaacson, signing off from San Antonio. We hope to see you tomorrow for Game 3 of this series.